Hello everybody, my name is Scatter. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Now right off the bat, let me say that the goal for today is absolutely to move towards extra utilities 2 and the resonator and all that good stuff. But before we do that, just very slightly before here, I'm realizing that I'm going to need to do a couple things. I want to do some work in the Roots quest line and just cleaning up some loose ends here. So, and you'll see why I want to do that, but I do want to do it quickly. So there's a few spells. Unfortunately, for us, there is a quest here that is not going to be able to be completed until much later because the spell is too OP. So we won't be able to do that. So mainly it's the Ender Shield, which needs End Steel. I don't think is super hard to get. I guess Dark Steel is a bit later, but this is the Guardian Diode. This is an Ender IO. So this will be a bit, but not to despair. I think everything else here is going to be not really too bad to do right now. But yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not that bad, You're not supposed to be able to do everything all the time, and I think that's fine. But anyway, let's just get these last couple of, well, I guess not last, but just these few spells nice and ready here. I believe that was that one, and I'm going to have to check. It was for Phalite. This does seem like a little bit of a useful one because it just lets you make light sources. And what have I messed up here? I didn't put, what did I not put? The Cloudberry probably, right? Yeah. No. Now what have I messed up? Nothing. Oh, it's in the Mortar and Pestle. What, really? I don't know why I thought it was going to be in something else. Okay, well, that's whatever. You can stay there for now. That, and that. There we go. Right, I do remember because these are the spell dusts, right? Yes, makes a lot of sense. So there's that, and we could actually go ahead and put that in the staff, I think, right? Just not like that. How do you do that then? Because this is the imbuer. I probably just wasn't on it, right? Imbuer. Oh no, that was clearly not the issue. Okay, I just won't worry about that right now. Another amethyst block. Let's have a look here. The wildfire. Oh, we need to make TNT. Oh, that's very exciting. Let me not do that right this second, because I think I have everything on me to make this one. Some more glowstone, some more of that, some of that, and this one was, I realized I just looked at this 2 seconds ago. This was the black apple. Wait, what am I? This one doesn't have that one in it, right? Okay. And wait, the cloudberry. Did I not bring 2 cloudberries? I knew that I needed 2 cloudberries. I swear I had 2 cloudberries on me. I'm not sure what happened there, but there we go. Radiance. Lovely. Okay. I actually legitimately don't remember how to... Can I just right-click this with something else? No. How do I... Can I shift-click it? No. Because I know I can put it in there, right? Oh, wait, I just, let me look at the quest book. I thought I was going to be more prepared than this. I honestly did. To use them, you'll need the imbuer, a grammary. Oh, yes. Yes. So I need to put it in there. I probably can't do 2 at once, although I may be able to. And I need the grammary of the forests. And there you go. Then I'm learning the spell. Okay. Let's get the TNT on the road, because that's going to be fun. So that should be pretty straightforward. It's a lot less straightforward than vanilla Minecraft, but that's okay. So we need to make a gunpowder barrel first, which is a wooden barrel plus some gunpowder plus some hemp for a fuse, right? And there we go. And then that just needs a fire charge and some redstone. So remind me again, fire charge should be pretty straightforward. Just gunpowder, coal, and blaze powder. I don't know if I actually have blaze powder in the system here. I know there's some somewhere, but I don't know if it's in here or if I just left it in the brewing stand. I think I put it in here. Maybe I didn't, because I thought I had more than that, but regardless, not an issue. There we go. And then just 3 redstone. And as tempted as I am to use this right now, it would not be wise because we need it. Be cool if there's a quest for it or something like that. But alas, there is not. And then we can just learn that one. It's cool that you can just leave that in there. I'll probably just do that and not... I don't know how I didn't realize until now that you can just leave that in there. But regardless, not a big deal. Well, now where's the... These... Oh, because they're getting picked up and getting put directly in here. That's what was happening there. Okay. And then this one needed the diamond sword and the TNT. Yes. Wildfire. There we go. Okay. Wildfire. All right. So that's the only spells that we can learn, basically, right? Because there's only one spell left, and it's this one, and I can't learn it yet, which does suck. Let me show you why that sucks. So, in talking about doing this, I finally did it, which was a weird sentence, but you know what I mean. I reconfigured the trophy room. The cow is not part of the reconfiguration. So I went and in creative mode, I created a trophy for each quest line because personally, I think that's kind of a better way to go about it, right? Like you get the quests, like the fact that there wasn't one associated with each quest line really bothered me. And it probably shouldn't have bothered me. That's the kind of thing, though, that would bother me. So it shouldn't be that surprising. In any case, I created a trophy for each quest line. And the model being displayed is just the icon in the quest book next to the quest line. So I think that's pretty cool. I just named them after the quest lines. And then I have the first 10 are bronze, the next 10 are silver, and the final 10 are gold, which I think is pretty cool. And I kept around the other quests trophies that were just by default. Maybe I'll do something with those at some point, but I will now ceremonially place the 2 trophies that I deserve, because I feel like what I want to do, because if ideally, like, I'm not going to be in denial, right? Like I'm probably never going to actually finish this mod pack, right? Because it would take like a really, really, really long time. But you might as well aim big, right? So ideally what I would want to do is totally finish all the quests, right? That's the end goal. The biggest goal, right? So I deserve the trophies if and only if I fully complete the quest line and get this nice green checkbox, right? So that is how I'm going to do it, and the trophies can go there. Those are the only 2 quest lines I finished. If they're done out of order, which they may be because of the Roots quest line not quite being able to finish until Ender IO, so be it. There can be gaps here as long as they get filled in, and I'll just leave that there. So I think that's pretty cool. And, I felt like doing this episode. I don't think we're going to get too much into extra utilities too this early. I know there's a lot of, like, stuff that needs to happen there, like a lot of very slow, like, turning the crank and whatnot, or waiting for, GP to process. So I felt like this was a pretty good opportunity to do it. So I get netherite or blood gem. I'll go for the netherite there. Never going to use those, but maybe I'll be able to melt it down. Anyway, so what else do we have for roots here? Runed obsidian. That's just 3 runestone, compressed obsidian, and pulverized obsidian, which is not too bad here. I don't know if I actually have any runestone left. Barely. Okay, well, let me sandwich this a little bit. Let me move into the extra utilities 2 stuff, if not only just to clean up the inventory a bit, and then we can return to the roots and finish up what we can. just to kind of get it out of the way. So full disclosure, while creating the trophies, I spawned in the stuff for the trophies. Obviously, I got rid of it, of course, but I did complete the quest for the resonator, which is not a big deal because I'm going to make it right now. So what that needs is a relic, 2 relic ingots, which we should have plenty of. Well, we have like a dozen, and then some circuits. So I made some circuits here. I have those on me. I just forgot to get the relic ingots out. I think just one of these is going to be plenty for now, especially considering the only power that's going to be able to be generated is from cranking a mill. So not really going to have too much to worry about there. But there's the resonator, for real. I was also really worried about this resonating orb for how hard it was to make, but 256 uses is not too bad. See what else. It's literally just used for this, so I can make 256 resonators. I don't think I'm ever going to make that many, so I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Now, where to put this stuff? When I get into building gadgets, and this is a promise that I'll make to you, when I get into building gadgets, I am going to like reconfigure this whole thing. Like, I want to lay out like a like power generation in one place, and then all the machines in another place, and like have some kind of actual sensical thing to do with that. But for right now, I'm gonna wait on it. Maybe putting them more close to kind of where I work would have been smart, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So making a glass cutter there. And the reason for that is I need ender shards for something that's about to happen. So every ender pearl gives you 8. So that's fine. But the first thing that I need here is going to be the manual mill. And I need some polished stone for that. Polished stone is just any stone surrounding GP powder. Now the GP powder is kind of hard to come by, right? So, like, not really. I will make half a stack of the polished stone for now. So, I mean, we have the emergency GP powder, but what it takes is some diamonds, glowstone, redstone, and black quartz. So the main thing I'm concerned about here is the diamonds. You know, diamonds not super rare, and I can go set up an excavator for them in one of the things. I forget which, but I may have to do that soon because I only have like a stack of diamonds in there. But anyway, can make this redstone gear. Now this isn't used for a whole awful lot. Need a couple for the water mill, then one for the manual mill. I will be making more of these later, but for now just one is fine. And then the manual mill. So the way that Extra Utilities 2 works, if you're not familiar, is a little strange. So basically, any Extra Utilities 2, let me put it this way. The Extra Utilities 2 power, GP power, grid power, or I guess just GP, right? It's just tied to you as a player, right? So when I'm cranking this, I'm generating 15 GP, which means that any machine that I own can draw from that power, right? So because this is manual, it only works when I crank it. Now I'm not generating any power, but it doesn't matter where in the world this is, right? It's just connected to me as a player. And if you're in multiplayer, there's commands you can do to like share them and stuff. Obviously, not something I'm going to have to do, but so this is the way it works, right? So polished stone in here, I believe, is going to give us stone burnt, which is a pretty important crafting ingredient. So I can throw that in there, and I'm spinning this. Now, another way it's weird is now it's generating 15 power. The more power I generate, I think the faster this would go, which is why it's a little slow, right? But it's like filling up. So if I stop doing this and then I look, the progress just completely goes away, and then it would have to start over. Or no, sorry, that's wrong. The progress stays there. That's the power, but it takes 8 GP, because really what this is like 15 GP, not per second. I don't know what it is exactly. Maybe it's per minute. That seems like it's about right just by eyeballing it, but that's how it works, right? It's a very strange power system, but that's kind of how it works. So there's a few stone burns for us, and I'm of course going to do a lot of this between episodes because that's a very tedious process. But we're going to make it so that we don't have to use the manual mill in just a minute here. So the next step, I think it wants a few, or no, there's no, all right, there's a quest for stone burn. It wants 6, which is fine. But the next power source it wants is a solar panel, right? So solar panel, pretty easy. I mean, these elite control circuits are a little bit resource heavy, but I made a few in advance, so it should be fine. Solar panel. Now, like, you could make a shitload of these solar panels and just lay them out, right? Because I think each one only gives you 1 GP. But I find the water mills, the lava mills, and the like are much more efficient, if that's the right word. But they just work better. So I can put that, it needs access to direct sunlight, and they only work in the daytime. But now we're generating 1. But the fact that this needs 8 means that this one thing, it's not that it's going to go slow, it's that it's just not going to go, right? So you would need 8 of the solar panels in order to actually have this working. And that's something I actually forgot when I meant to set this up. So that's actually not going to work for us right now, unless I'm cranking the manual mill. And, you know, of course, unless you're in multiplayer, there's no real reason to make more than 1 manual mill because you can only turn 1 at a time. Unless there's some crazy mechanic I don't know about. But let me just make 1 more stone burnt here. And at the moment, you know, this may seem useless because all I'm doing is making just random shit, but it's all going to come together soon, right? Basically, I think I need to get through a lot of this quest line in order to get to it, because I know this powder here is used in a lot of stuff, a lot of like quality of life stuff, but you know, it's going to take a while, but it'll be worth it. So we can make the lunar reactive dust. We can make this redstone star, and the redstone star is going to be how you make a lot of the other mills, right? So water mill needs it, lava mill needs it, wind mill needs it, and I think the fire mill also needs it probably, right? Yeah. So that's made with red coal, which is going to be black coal in there. And you can already see, like, the thing about this mod, you really need like some of the stuff from the mod in like the mod, if you know what I mean. Like it's very like self-referential, you know? Like it has a bunch of its own like crafting ingredients that you need to make use of. It's a little bit annoying. I think these just need 15 or 16. So that probably just made 1, right? Yeah, 16 total. So let's just make the 1 for now. And like you may have seen a second ago, this is what we need the ender shard for. And it's just a powder and a few redstone. So not too bad at all. Just grab a stack of that. I'm a little bit low on redstone, but there's a... how did I get a stack of blocks just now? Must have just grabbed those earlier and not noticed. There is a redstone vein not too far, and you get the redstone super fast because each ore gives you 12 redstone in an enrichment chamber. Okay, but there's that, so I'll go for the ender pearl because glowstone is really easy to get. So the first, well, I guess not the first because all these are available at the same time, so it's really just preference of which mill you want to make first. I think the water mills, oh, they only give you 1/4 the normal amount. Wow, that sucks. Okay, so base power given 4, current power given 1. So I wonder if that means they only give 1 total, or does that reflect? Because I forget how much they're meant to give, right? Lava mill, base 4, current 8. Oh, this one's been buffed. The max you can achieve is 7 GP in the nether next to flowing lava, 1 block away from a source block. Okay. All right, so the lava mill seems like the best to go for, right? Because you can actually make a decent amount of stuff in it. So I just need 1 more stone burnt for that. How am I doing on the powder? Still got 21. Not bad at all. And I can put this redstone back because I probably don't need it now. Still have a couple stacks of the powder. So just 1 more stone burnt, and then this whole process is going to get a lot easier. I believe with 1 lava mill plus the solar panel, it's going to be possible to... automate this. Not automate really, but just generate enough power so that I don't have to do that all the time. I believe that's the case. What I really need to do though is move the crafting table. I moved the other one up here because I was using it for something, but I need to move the other one back pretty badly. Okay, so the lava mill, like the quest said, it's been buffed, so I think that's the best option for us here. So let me test something, right? So if I go to the nether and I set it up, will it still generate power will it still generate GP, grid power, if I'm not in the nether, right? That's a pretty big question, I think. I don't know why they specify that it has to be in the nether. Maybe it just works better in the nether for some reason. Like, I guess that would make sense. But does it have to be chunk loaded? Does it have to be in the same dimension? These are questions that I don't know the answer to, but I'm going to find out. Oh, hang glider makes it way easier to get around the nether. I didn't even take that into consideration when I made it. Okay, so I have a few buckets. Right, so let's have a look at the quest again. Flowing lava. The max you can achieve is 7 GP in the nether next to flowing lava 1 block away from the source block. Okay, so is it each side? Having lava on multiple sides doesn't increase the generation, but being in the nether does slightly. Okay, so it literally is just being in the nether makes it more effective, right? So let's head back to the nether portal, because I don't want to make it too far away in case I need to, you know, do anything with it. So just by virtue of being in the nether, it's a little bit better, right? So I can put that there, and if I understand correctly, I'm going to want a setup that looks something like this. So one block away from flowing lava. Power generating 7. Yes, okay. So that's what I want. So that's 8 total, that plus the solar panel, which means I should be able to just place the polished stone into the resonator and get stone burnt without having to crank the thing. And then if I can automate that, I can get more lava mills. I can, you know, do other stuff with a much less hassle, right? So, right, so this is what I feared. It's not working. I assume it just has to be chunk loaded. So let me try chunk loading it really quick. All right, I chunk loaded it in the nether, and there we go. So 8. So all you have to do is chunk load it. I just used, you know, this interface to do it. And yeah, so there you go. Now I can just get as much stone burnt as I want, which is great. And then what do I actually get from that? 4 extra GP powder, which is not too bad. Okay, so what else does Extra Utilities 2 have for us? Well, there's the other mills, which I will worry about once I have a lot more stuff to do this with. So I'll worry about it. There's a very like scaling process to it, right? Because you get the 1 mill, and that makes it easier to get stuff, which makes it easier to build more mills. You know, there's a scaling up to it. So I'll probably make a couple more lava mills between episodes here, so I don't have to worry about it as much. So this lunar reactive dust is pretty important, right? So that's used in a lot of stuff. That's made with Osglow Lapis, which is just lapis plus Osglow glass. I don't think I've made any of this yet. I do have a bunch of Osglow glass here, though. And I should have a bunch of lapis as well. So I'm not going to make all of it into this, but I'll make a quarter of a stack. I'll make 16. Because that seems like a decent amount. 16, that has to go there, I guess. Then that goes there. Just take 16. I can make that go way faster. There. So that's this. And then this on its own, I don't think it's used for too much. But in the resonator, it makes that. So it is used for some of the higher fluid storage components, I guess. But the lunar reactive dust, like I said last time, demon lording it, and then a bunch of stuff from there. So this is actually a really, really, really big deal. I'm very excited for some of the stuff that's going to come out of this. So let me just get some of these. I don't know how much GP they take. Hopefully not too much. 16. Okay, so that's not going to happen without cranking this. So I just won't worry about that right now. I'll probably just get another couple lava mills, like I said. And then beyond that, though, there's there's transfer nodes, right, and transfer pipes. So that's kind of their version of conduits, right, and item ducts and that kind of thing. So much better than Thermal's item ducts when fully upgraded. It can be upgraded using extra utility speed and stack upgrades along with its filters. So that's really good to know. I'll try and focus on this. It looks like they're made with the red alloy ingots and stone burnt. So I need to automate the stone burnt, which means I need to not necessarily automate, but I need a lot more of this stuff. So probably what I'll do between episodes is set up the excavator for the diamonds, like I said. because I'm going to need a lot more of this powder. And I think you may be able to excavate black quartz as well. The pipes are really cheap. Wow, just 4 stone mirth and a red alloy ingot, which is just iron and some redstone. That's really incredibly cheap. Wow. So yeah, replacing the item ducts, and I think like the transfer speed is a lot faster too. As cool as the item ducts are, I am just going to have to end up replacing all this, I think. I mean, maybe the item ducts, because I know they upgrade into like signalum plated stuff. That's probably better than the transfer nodes. But it's hard to tell right now. Hard to tell. But the transfer nodes are definitely the best that we have at the moment. I think it's safe to say that. So, is there anything else? Keep the glass cutter on me, why not? And then the rest of this can just go in the system. And so let's take a look at the root stuff. Well, I'll claim these rewards first. Some polished stone. Energetic silver, I think, is going to be harder to come by. Oh, we get the book, which is cool. I might not refer to it too much, but it's good to have. I'll throw it in the tome right now. Can you do that without actually turning it into the tome? No. So there we go, and there. Sure. Okay. And you can go away as well. Right. So what else do we have for roots here? Yes. The ruined obsidian. So the ruined obsidian, obsidian. So that's giant obsidian. I thought it was compressed for a second. And pulverized. So I probably don't need too much of this stuff, right? Does it make 3? It does make 3. So that's fine. And then just the rune stone, which I believe is going to be charred stone, which I also don't have any of. Rune stone. This is definitely the kind of thing I should have maybe prepared for a little better, but you know, it's okay. Terra moss I also don't have any of. I have some in here. I know that. Amethyst. What else? Another block of lapis. And then just stone, right? And bark. Any kind of bark will do. And I'll need the knife there. A little bit of stone. What I would really like to have access to, this frozen stone from Icica works as stone, and I have so much of it from being in Icica, so that's actually really, really helpful. It's probably the best thing I'm going to get out of the whole Icica experience, honestly. But yeah, now we can make this. That's on the pyre. There, and there. With empty hand, yes, of course. Okay, yep, and that made 3. 3 rune stones. There. And then we can make the ruined obsidian. Yeah, all these swords, I'll just throw a pause in and kind of get the stuff that I need to make those. Shouldn't take too long. Stoic Sarsens. I did get a couple of advancements as well from the trophy creating situation, but I don't really think that means too much. I think the only one I got actually was, well, there Thaumcraft's beginning one and Galactic Craft's beginning, maybe. I think were the 2. Right, but anyway, so this is just a bunch of crafting this stuff. So I can just let's check this out first. What are these helmets? These don't seem too bad. Okay, let me gather ingredients for this stuff quickly. Okay, well, I think that should be everything. So I can go ahead and make the no, I can't because I put this in here. Now I should be able to make the Sylvan armor set, which is cool. You know, it does seem a little redundant when I already have like the best armor of all time, but you know, it's fine. Like, it's nice to have a backup. You know, and honestly, for me, like just for the sake of having the quest line done, which again I won't do, I'm really demotivating myself by talking this way, so I'm gonna stop. But it's fine, you know. Botanical robes, there you go. I mean, we can throw them on for the hell of it, right? Just see what this all looks like. I mean, it does look good, you gotta admit. I mean, very cool. Very cool stuff, but unfortunately, no fall damage and the best enchantments of all time. Not really gonna be worth it in comparison. But that's okay. Anyway, now the, emeralds. I forgot to grab emeralds. Always something. I do have a decent amount of them, I think. Yeah. Don't need a whole stack. Don't even need that much. Yeah, so I think these are just better armors. The quest, or better tools and sword. The quest book says that they auto repair, which is very cool. The stuff that I currently have also does, for the most part. But it's nice. Anyway. Yeah, I may look into getting a better pick. I mean, this may be the pick I'm looking for, actually, because I have been thinking about upgrading my pick. So, this may be the one. I mean, if it's enchantable, honestly, and it's faster, this might be the tool set I stick with. So this might be worth it after all. But it's hard to say anything right now. You know, hard to make a commitment about this kind of thing. But there we go. There's all the living tools. And now, other than the quest line that we just straight up can't do, there's only 2 things left. Now, this is runed tools. Now, for everything I just said, these are going to be even better, right? But this enchantment book, XP boost, I was hoping that would be mending. So way more durability and can mine a 3x3. Oh, that's very exciting. So the runed obsidian amethyst sword. Ooh, okay. So you need the amethyst version of the tool and the terrastone versions we just made. And some of the plants and some runed obsidian, which is a little annoying, but easy enough to get. And then the wildwood armor has a chance to heal you over time, which is nice. It doesn't regen, but it can be repaired. It can probably be enchanted. Protection 4 is not a bad enchantment book. What are these? Antlers? Pelt? Carapace is fine. Calamari, I think is... Yeah, you just cook up raw squid. How do you get that other stuff? Pelt is from foxes, which is fine. They're all around. Antlers I'm worried about. Deer, I have seen a few deer. This one has a red nose. That's cute. Right. So I guess I would have to go find a deer. Well, you know what? Let's leave this off here for now, which I'm fine doing because I can't complete the whole quest line anyway. Right. So I don't feel too bad doing that. Projectile protection or blast protection? Let's go blast protection. Right. So I guess this is... yeah, spawning all around me because that's how that works, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so we'll leave the root stuff there for now. But, you know, that's still really good progress. You know, I'll have to finish up the, you know, immersion quest line at some point, too. I've had this reward from the hang glider sitting here for a while. I guess they just get thrown. Maybe that's why they spawn so far away, or seemingly spawn so far away. But anyway, yeah, so I'll farm up a bunch of stuff from extra utilities, just like you've seen me do in this episode, but more. And next time I will have enough GP to just do most stuff kind of idly and not have to crank it. And then we can really get into the meat of extra utilities too. After that, I mean, who knows? It seems like the world is our oyster at this point. I mean, thermal is going to open up. We got to go to the end very soon. So yeah, I'm very excited for all this stuff to come. But for now, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.